money can buy you happiness, but I mean, money can sort out a lot of things. Money can definitely bring peace. Money can definitely put a smile on your face. And so we're talking money, like I told you right from the very beginning. And I have someone who is well vested, someone who has all the knowledge when it comes to money matters. But before we come in, I just want you to know that we are halfway through the year. And for many people, the same question keeps coming up. Where did all of the money go? You're receiving your salary at the end of the month, and you know that you're going to be paying some bills. You know that you're going to put some money down for some things you need, some things you want. And at the end of the day, you realize that your pocket is indeed running dry. You keep checking your mobile money. You keep checking your bank accounts more than you even check your WhatsApp messages. The truth is, earning more isn't always the answer. Sometimes it's about managing what you already have, making smarter financial decisions, and avoiding the habits that quietly drain your wallet. As the months race towards the end of the year, is it possible to turn your finances around? Can you recover from overly spending? Start investing, build an emergency fund, or financially break the circle of living paycheck to paycheck. We're joined by Benjamin Anane-Asamoah. He's a founder, he's a financial coach, he's a developer of Pickens Hub. And I must say, he's smelling money. You're very much welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
How is it feeling like to be here? How is it feeling like to be a financial coach? You know, when I saw the flyer and I saw that you were coming, I'm like, okay, I just saw your face, but you walked into the studio and I'm looking at all of these accolades that you've garnered for yourself over the years. A founder, a financial coach, a developer of Pickens. How did you do all of that?
Okay. So the founder aspect came in when I decided to quit my job and become my own, become an entrepreneur.
Okay.
So I have a strong background in computing with accounting. So I completed UDS, Navrongo, now known as University for Development Studies. So I built my foundation, or becoming a founder. I quit my job. I decided that, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur. So, but at this age, I'm going to stop working and build my own business. So I've been in the tech for a very long time, but I mean, I started with opening my own IT firm, and I also became a YouTuber. So that is where it started. So, I mean, I was talking more about tech, but later on, I decided that since I'm a finance guy, I'm an accounting person, why not talk about investing? Why not talk about finance? And I saw that there is a bridge, or there is a little gap in the finance content. So that is where I jumped in and started creating content.
Wow. And did you have any money put aside when you decided to actually venture into that as well?
Yeah, so I started investing already into the US stock market. And so that is where I saw that there's a big gap that people need to know about. Then I also started talking about the Ghanaian stock market and other investment opportunities that are available.
Right now, we'll call you a financial literate. What does it mean? First of all, we are breaking the ice into the big conversation. What does it mean actually to be a financial literate?
So to become a financial literate, you need to know your finances very well. You need to have a strong background in finance. You have to know what you use your money for, and you have to understand the economy well. Before you understand the economy, what are you like? What is your savings and what is your background? Are you financially well before you talk about it? So before you talk about finance, you yourself have to be financial literate. You have to understand everything about finance. Not everything, but most of the things about finance.
I mean, for most people, they struggle. You're telling us that we should know what it is we put our money into, and it's a major struggle. How would a person get to know that, okay, this is what drains me the most? This is what makes me lose out on some of the monies that I've planned to do something major with? Well, how would you even know?
I mean, if you are spending most of your monies, and at the end of the day, you keep on maybe going for a loan. At the end of the month, your money is not. I mean, you're not okay. By the end of the month, at the end of the month, your money will be. Gone. You don't have enough on you. Then that should really be a concern. That should let you know that you have to. Get yourself abreast to. Have knowledge about finances and build up your background in, understanding of saving your money.
Yeah, let's be very practical. We start the year from January, and right when we start, people have prospects. People, we are very disciplined with the very first half of the year, where we make a lot of decisions. I'm going to put money into this. I'm going to do that. But then again, we end up changing the course of the whole thing that we've planned out for ourselves. What are some of the biggest mistakes that people make in the first half that follows us into the second half of the year?
Okay, so most of the time, people give up on their investment or their financial, the goals that they've set. The biggest mistake is giving up on your goals. People tend to set a goal. Let's say, okay, 2026, this is what I'm going to do. And within March, April, they maybe divert, or they have not been able to attain what they want, and they give up. So giving up your goals or your financial goals becomes the biggest mistake of your life, especially, setting up your financial plan.
Exactly. For most people too, you have the goals, all right. You've outlined, let's say, 5 things. I would want to get a car. I would want to learn how to drive, and I would want to move into a new apartment. And maybe there are other 2 things that were not really part of the plan, but they are also very important things to get. And what if along the line those things come in, and you know that there are still things that you would solidly would want? How do you balance doing what you have set out for the particular goals that you outline, and also taking care of these extras? Meanwhile, there are also things that you definitely would want to, if you're, let's say, supporting someone. Let's say you've actually decided to buy a car, then someone calls you, oh, I need money for my surgery, I need money for this. That is equally important. What do you do?
So do you mean what am I going to do when such things happen? So most of the time, you have to actually plan. You understand? First of all, you have to plan your finances well in the beginning. Set aside you also need to have an emergency fund, right? You have to build an emergency fund, like 3 to 6 months of your monthly expense. So things like this coming in, it's not everything that you can really help. You understand? You need to know what is essential, what is important. Then you work towards it. You can't do everything at once. So you need to plan, rank it into what is important, then build up on that. So if, let's say, you want an apartment, or you want to move into a new apartment, it means you are saving towards it, right? That is something very important. It's a need. So you need to focus on the needs first before you look at the wants. It's not everything that you want in your life. Sometimes anything that affects your life should be a need that you need to look out for. So build on your need first, and set your goals, set your finances towards it before you come to what you want.
And what are the differences between, or what's the exact difference between saving and investing for someone who is trying to set money aside? You know, someone thinks that, okay, savings are just for me to reach out, tap into as long as I move. And then investment is something I'll just, so for coming from your end, what are the exact or clear differences between these?
So savings are, as you said, if you want to, reach out to it within a short period of time, that is where you put in. Or let's say you are doing a business and you always want to, reach out to it. Or you set some savings for your emergency funds. That is one aspect of saving. You need to actually, if you are saving, it means you are going to reach out to it within a short period of time. But when you are investing, the focus is on long term. Do you understand? And the focus is on long term. You don't think about touching it anytime soon. Look into, let's say, 3, 4, 5, 10 years.
Yeah.
That is where investing comes in. But if you know that, okay, within the end of the month or within the next 2 months or the second month, I need this money, that is where the savings aspect goes to.
And a lot of times we hear wrong investment. At what point is an investment considered a wrong one?
So, when you are investing in something that is not flourishing or it's not growing, sometimes an investment becomes wrong when, at the end of the day, the investment is rather taking out money from your initial deposit or in your principal. That becomes a problem. So that becomes a wrong investment. So if you invest in something and at the end of the day you are losing, then it becomes a wrong investment.
Yeah. Another thing that we fail to do as corporate workers, as people who are constantly working to get paid, is budgeting. Is one conversation that is so, it's just like they just tricking us with something. We don't want to even budget at all. If someone's budget fails in the very first half of the year, should they start all over again? Should they adjust? If they should even adjust, how do they do it?
Okay. So, most of the time when we are setting up the goals, we set it up like a monk. Very holy. But at the end of the day, we miss out and spend like celebrities. We enjoy to, people like to spend a lot. You understand? So when you were setting it up, you were very holy on your goals. But at the end of the day, you see that you are spending most of the money, right? And that really affects your budget. A good budget actually reflects your life, right? Instead of just creating a perfect budget, you have to adjust it. So let's answer your question. Like, either you are restarting or adjusting.
Yeah.
If you at the end in the middle of this year, you've still not been able to, follow the plan that or your goals that you set, I think is the best time is to adjust, not necessarily starting all over. So let's say I wanted to invest or I wanted to save, let's say 10,000 at the end of the year, and I've not been able to. Adjusting it and focusing on the rest of the month is what is very important. At least having something, having the goal or having the savings being there, at least even if it is half the goal, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are some of the signs that you would notice or realize that your habits are really sabotaging your finances?
Most of the time, people start their monies or the money they have. Goes at before the end of the month.
Yeah.
So if you are losing or you are running out of money before the end of the month, it's a problem. It is a sign that this is really sabotaging your goals. Also, if you keep on constantly borrowing, it also becomes a problem that it's also going to sabotage your financial goals.
Maybe at the end of the day you pay back.
Borrowing is good. Not all that bad, but what you are using to fund is what is going to be the problem.
Yeah.
And also, another thing that will is sabotaging your finances is buying impulse. I mean, impulse buying. You see anything that you want and you want to buy it.
Yeah.
It's not everything that we need to buy. You need to focus on what is needed before you go into. So these are some of the things that those are some of the signs that should let you understand that this is sabotaging your finances.
Yeah, and how can we even differentiate between the things that we need and the things that we actually we also want? Because I mean, sometimes I think that they can be interchanged some way, somehow.
So if what you are going to use the money for doesn't depend on your life, your health, your work, I don't think it's a need. You should always look out for something that affects directly your life. So if you can't sleep well, it's going to affect you. So that means that you want it, you need it, right? But if you just, let's say, I have to get a new shirt because let's say I want to go for a program, like I'm coming to TV3 3FM, and I decide that all my stuff, I don't have shirt too. Even though I have old stuff there, but I decided that I want to
wear new
shirts because I'm coming to her. That is not a need, it's a want. Do you understand? So you should focus on what is needed, what will directly affect your life. For example, another one too can be like maybe my car is not working, so I have to fix it. If you have the money, I mean, you can fix it. But if it is not, as far as there are other options like taking Uber or Bolt or anything, I mean, you can use that option than rather, I mean, focusing on fixing what you need to fix. Do you understand?
Yeah. I think it totally makes sense. And I mean, if there's one thing that people normally spend on, that they overlook, but it really drains their finances, what would that thing be?
I think that would be impulse mobile money sending or impulse buying. I mean, when I say impulse transfer, you'll be there and someone will be like, "Oh, Charlie, give me 200 cedis. I need this." And I mean, you try to help, you send, give me this, give me that. I mean, these are impulse money transfers that we do. Most of the times we do. And also, one aspect that I see a lot of people making mistakes on is subscriptions. And nowadays, there are a lot of subscriptions out there. Netflix, even data. TVs, a whole lot of them. Subscriptions is one of them.
I mean, when there are some monthly subscriptions where people pay to enjoy a month-long or a year-long watch or view of what it is they are going for, and I think it helps, no?
But it's also draining your pocket. I mean, as I said, it's not everything. Even though you need entertainment, but it's not everything. It's not all the time that you need to. For example, if I watch this month, not necessarily that I need to watch. All these small monies, you think that, this is just 100 cedis, this is 200 cedis. At the end of the day, it is also affecting your income. It's also affecting the savings that you have. So those monies that the subscriptions you are doing, what if you channel it to, let's say, an investment that can, at least you'll be able to get something out of it. Even if you are getting 1% at the end of the month, it is a gain, which is also going to grow to, compound to become something later. I mean, it's not all the time that we need to focus on subscriptions, but that is it.
So you're trying to say we should take the pain so that we can enjoy later.
You can enjoy it later. I think not necessarily stopping it completely,
right?
But there are times that you need to sometimes pause on these subscriptions.
There are some people who start the year already with debt, with loans that they've taken, with a lot of financial pressures, right? Money is going into different things. Should they allocate some monies to pay off the debt and then start saving, or is the other way around?
So, yes, you need to pay off the debt. But before you pay off the debt, you need to build your emergency fund.
Okay.
Or else you go back and I mean, you keep on going back into the loan. If you don't have the emergency fund kept somewhere whilst you are paying the debt, at the end of the day, if you pay the debt, you go back and take it again. But if you build an emergency fund there whilst you are paying, I mean, at the end of the day, even if you need the money, you go back to the emergency fund and take it.
Right. I know there are some people listening and they would want to know about the emergency debt. How much is enough to put in or to start an emergency debt? Or it's just in line with the kind of job you're doing? What is it like?
So if you want to build an emergency fund, then you need to look at how much do you spend at the end of the month. If, let's say, you take 10,000 Ghana cedis, right, and you spend, let's say, 5,000 to 7,000 Ghana cedis, it means you have to save 7 times 3 of that. That becomes an emergency fund. So that is your monthly expense. So to build an emergency fund, you need to save 7 times 3 becomes 21.
Yeah.
So save it. That is a 3 months monthly, a 3 months expense. So it's mostly 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
So if you have the 3, you are okay. But the best way to be very comfortable is 6 months. So you know that, within 6 months, even if I lose my job or there is a crisis, I'll be able to depend on it, because at least every month this is how much I am spending. So you can spend it monthly, so by 6 months you'll be able to, or 3 to 6 months you'll be able to, recover from whatever the shock you had.
And there are some people who have taken loans from different sources. Some, they don't even want to open their mobile money, because when they open, they've actually taken some monies from there as well. What's the smartest way to fix such a situation?
I mean, people spend a lot. Take a lot of loans, right? But the smartest way is to pay off, depending on to pay off the highest amount first. To me, that is what I do. If I have some loans paying, I look at the ones with the highest interest and pay off. So we have something like that's a debt avalanche.
Yeah.
So I'm paying off the bigger one before I come to the smaller one. Yeah. So you have to always look out for paying off the highest interest first before you come to
the smaller ones. I think I've picked that. I'm going to learn that from there. But there's a perception though that if you can't pay for something twice, you don't purchase it.
Exactly.
What are your thoughts? The way you're nodding, it tells me that you strongly believe that. What are your thoughts exactly?
Yeah, I think that is really right. If you can't buy it 2 or 3 times, then you shouldn't buy it.
You've actually added a third time.
because if for example, if I want to buy, let's say, a shirt, right, for, let's say, a program.
Yeah.
And I can't buy it twice. Then that money that I've spent might affect me along the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it is important, very, very important, to have twice the money or 3 times of the money to be able to, feel comfortable buying whatever you want to buy.
Some people also believe that you can't get rich without debt, without owing. There should be some kind of debt around. You should owe something. I would say, what do you think about that too?
Debt is not a bad thing at all. People use debt to actually grow too, because, for example, as a business person like me, sometimes I go in for loans to finance the business. Do you understand?
Right.
I go in for loans to finance the business. So this loan that I'm going in for is not necessarily for a spending. Like I'm not going to spend it lavishly. I am going to use it for something that is essential. If I'm taking a loan, that loan should be able to give me something more than what I took.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's also a saying that we should actually live within our means. I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and she mentioned that, you know what, maybe I'm not making that much money as what I want to purchase, but I'm definitely going to purchase that. How important is it that people live within, the means of what they can really afford?
I don't get it.
How important is it that people live within their means? Because there's a saying that, you know what, if you can't purchase this particular, if you don't have the money for it, then you actually don't buy it. And people don't believe that you should live within that means. They think that, then it means that I'm not up to the standard yet. What do you think about that?
To me, I feel like if you don't have it, why go for it then? Because at the end of the day, it's going to
put a strain on you.
Exactly. It's going to be a financial stress, and at the end of the day, it will affect you in the long term.
And for our corporate workers, for our employees, for people, in a 9 to 5, people trying to make something for themselves and depending solely on their salaries, what are some of the side hustles that they can incorporate into the jobs that they do, or even, have on as a side business that will help them?
So there are a lot of things out now. For example, because social media has become a big thing nowadays, I think people should learn video editing.
Okay, I thought you were going to say something else.
No, video editing is very, very essential nowadays. For example, me as a content creator, I look out for social video editors to edit my this thing, and there are so much need for them now, because as a content creator or even a business, social media or video now becomes like a tool for you to get more customers. So video editing is one, graphic design, digital marketing is also very important. How to sell, because this is a skill that you should be able to acquire to be able to, that's a side hustle that people should be able to. And also trying to become an online tutor. Because there are people who know, for example, you are glowing as you are sitting there, you are glowing. Maybe you have a secret that you are using. Maybe you have a product that you are using. You can start teaching people how to glow like you. And for example, I've made some money from this online thing I'm doing. I feel like even though I have my own business, and this is my side business, the video, the content creation is a side business. So I feel like tutoring online, becoming an online tutor can really benefit those who are already working. If you know something, even if you don't need to be a master to teach people online. You have to start teaching people online. Nowadays, I sometimes consider, or I look into the teachers out there that are like, they don't have money. Teachers are saying that they don't have money, but I feel like they are missing out something like teaching online.
Okay.
Now everybody is online. So what if you are taking the subject that you are teaching in school,
teaching there, and
start teaching some things online? For example, if a parent is scrolling and he or she sees that, okay, this guy has been teaching a lot about, let's say, a specific topic, there is a probability that the person will contact you. That is a side hustle. Do you understand? So, content creation, tutoring online is a side hustle that people have to look out for. Yes,
definitely, and I hope that people are listening in and will do so accordingly. But there's some habits I've noticed that people are engaging, all in the name of saving, where they will quote one big amount, and it will consist of a group of about 5, and they will all bring their monies together, and then the very first amount that they get, it means that you are taking it. What do you make of such acts that people engage in, all in the name of saving?
To me, I feel like if you have something you're going to use the money for, I mean, let's say you are starting a business and you need the money urgently, you can be part of such things. But if I'm just, I mean, a normal worker or an employee, I mean, that I spend on my money, my income, why do I have to go in for that? Because it will put stress on financial stress on you. Because if I'm not the one taking today, and I have to lift, let's say I'm taking 10,000 and I'm lifting 5,000 for you, it means it's going to affect me.
Yeah.
What is the essence of, if let's say I'm spending 7,000 within a month, and I'm giving you 5,000, where would the 2,000 come from?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'm going to borrow. There is no sense in it. To me, I don't see it to be sensible. Sorry to say, but I feel like if you are using it for a business, then that is perfect. It's a perfect, for me, if I am to be in a group, I would say I would take first or second. Yeah. Then
why are you taking second?
Yeah, because if I'm not taking first, at least I'm taking second. So that I will use the money. By the time the thing will come, the money that I've taken will be used on something and generated.
You recoup another money again. Yeah. I would also want to know, is the emergency money or the emergency, you call it emergency fund, maybe is that money supposed to be in a bank, or you can have it physically with you? Because some people think that they will never send their money to a bank. I can never. I know someone, I don't want to mention her name, but she has said with her full chest that there's no way I'm sending my money to the bank, and they would rather save it with them.
What's the reason?
I don't know. They think that banks have interest, all of that, and so they get to save their money exactly how it is. No, there's no deduction, nothing whatsoever. What do you have to tell all these people? Is that advisable, saving with a bank, or you need to keep your money safe with you all the time?
Okay, so to me, I think saving in the bank, to me, I don't save in the bank.
Okay. So you don't have no bank account?
I have a bank. I have about 4 or 5 banks, but they are all for business.
All right.
So when I'm putting my monies in the bank, they are for businesses. So I can usually run them through, like maybe send it to a customer, or if I'm receiving monies, I will get into that. For my personal savings, if I am doing an emergency fund, I feel like there are other even financial tools out there that you can use if you want to. I mean, saving it in your susu box or whatever, I mean, I don't think it's good or it's nice to do that. Okay. I feel like,
but that's how we're taught growing up, that you should have this box, this wooden box that you keep all your money in it.
We do. Me, I used to have money box, but mostly those are for coins. Yes, maybe I go out, the coins that I get, I put in those money. The reason why I don't put my savings in a susu box or keep it in the house is there is a risk. Someone can steal it. There can be, let's say, a fire outbreak, water. Look at what is happening nowadays. What if I know someone whose house, she lost a lot of things from even her capital that she's using in a business.
That's sad.
The rain, took everything out. So that is a risk. So even if you don't want to go to the bank, there are financial institutions that are, for example, like a money market fund, that don't actually take much. They don't. Some of them even, I don't want to mention some of them, but some of them don't even take anything, even not a fee from it. So why not put it in such a money market rather than keeping it in the bank. So me, like this, that is why I built my my emergency fund. I keep it in a financial one of these companies. It's a money market. So building it every day you see something on it. It gives you something. A money market makes you money every single day. So instead of me putting it in the house and not making anything, I think it's reasonable or nice or good for you to have it in the money market rather than maybe the savings or in your susu box.
And in having a susu box, you mentioned coins. That's where you keep, that particular denomination. There are some people who are also of the view that coins as a currency denomination is not that it's not of much value. So immediately they buy things, they go to the market and they are giving the coins. Some even throw it away. What do you have to tell these people? Should we keep our coins? Is it fetching us value? What is it?
So this attitude actually affects inflation. If you go to the market and they are giving you 50 pesos.
Yeah, right.
And you think the 50 pesos is nothing. So you take the money and throw it away and you'll be like, oh, keep it. You are causing inflation. The reason is because if the product is 10 Ghana cedi, 50 pesos, now the seller will make it 11 cedis. Because anytime someone comes, you feel like, oh, they will say they don't want the 50 pesos. So let me put it, square it, or make it a nice value, 11 cedis.
So it will either affect the rise in pricing or the fall in
so
it.
This actually causes inflation, rising these prices that we are having. We always complain about the government doing this, doing that, but our attitude also affects the inflation that is happening in Ghana here.
Well, we are gearing up towards a more expensive season. There's Christmas on there as well. And I would want, us to get into that particular bit. There are people who are going to come back from school. Parents would have to pay fees. How do we plan towards this particular end?
So, the Christmas season, the school season, I think as a parent, you have to look out for what is important first. You need to plan for the school first. Then you also create a December fund. That is what I will say. Because no matter what, you also have to have fun. You have to enjoy. You have to, so the most important part is looking at the school fees. Build towards it. But you grow the December fund or the enjoyment fund, bit by bit. Yes, that is what I would say.
And then when we've actually enjoyed and had all the fun, then the new year is definitely going to kick in. So how do you make sure that we don't even start the new year off being broke?
So, that is where some of these emergency funds actually happen.
Okay.
Because if you have an emergency fund and there is an emergency... So, emergency fund is even different from this December fund. You understand? The children fund should be a different fund from the emergency. Emergencies, you are not touching it, no matter what.
No matter what.
Unless it is going to affect your life. Even, to me, sometimes they say I'm wicked. It's not that I'm wicked or frugal. It's because I'm practicing frugality. And I don't just give out money like that. If I'm giving out money, then it means this money is not going to affect me in any way. Do you understand? Or even if I'm giving you money, it means that this money is from somewhere that is not even planned. But if I plan my monies, there is no way I'm going to give out unless it is going to affect you. If you are not closer to me, I don't see why I'm going to give you that money. If it is not going to affect me, I'm not going to give it, I'm not going to use it.
Yeah.
So emergency funds are very important. If it does not affect my life, if it's just my lifestyle or just a want that, I need to buy this, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I need to look out for what is more important. For example, let's say my car breaks down on the way and I don't have money to repair. Will I just leave the car in the middle of the road?
No, you sure won't.
I should be able to catch this emergency fund. Then immediately start putting it back, start saving towards it again, so that in case of emergencies, I'll use these monies to sort things out.
Yeah, because if not, you will definitely find yourself wanting. But you shared somewhere, I think I looked at one conversation you had somewhere, and you mentioned a particular formation. I don't know, it's 50, 30. Explain that to us briefly. Those that are listening to, they get to know.
As we have different types of, that's a budgeting rule. It is very, very important for everyone to have a budget or a budgeting rule. Some goes in for 60-40, 60-30, 60-30-10 or 50-30-20. So the 50-30-20 rule is the most popular one. So the 50 60% of your income goes into your needs. 30% goes into your wants, and 20 goes into your savings and investment. This 50% is the needs that we talked about. It's going to affect your life. The wants is your lifestyle, your subscriptions, the things that you want to buy. I mean, you can, but sometimes a lot of people's needs becomes more bigger. That's why the 60 20 or 60 20 10 comes in. So you adjust it according to what you need. But your needs are very important, and the most important part is also your savings and your investment. So you also need to look into your 20%. If 20% you are building 5% for your emergency fund, then the 15% can go into your investment.
Okay. I mean, it's been great talking to you, Benjamin. But before you go, we'll be talking about a few things. It's just some, I'll call it the trivia, all right? So we're going to play a little game. Are you ready for me?
Sure.
All right. So I want to know, you would either answer with rich or poor, right? Can we go? And so using, that's like buying now or pay later. What would you put these two?
So these are actually tools.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if I am paying later,
it means you are poor?
No.
So you would either answer with poor or rich.
I have to answer poor or rich.
Yeah. Buy now or pay later.
Oh, buy now, I think is, rich to me. And and what again? Pay later.
Yeah.
Pay later still is not for the poor.
Okay.
Because the rich also uses it for yes.
Okay.
Because, for example, like these rich people out there in the US with big monies, Tesla, billionaires like Elon Musk, they use their monies. They go take money, loans, because they already have the money. So it's also a tool that the rich and the poor
having 3 to 6 months expenses saved as emergency fund. Rich or poor?
It's rich.
Okay. Having only one source of income.
Poor.
Gifting money to family or friends without a budget.
Poor.
Some people consider that rich. Reinvesting profits instead of spending all of it.
Reinvesting, that's rich. What does it mean? I still don't get the question again.
So you're reinvesting profits instead of spending all of it. The profit you make from a particular job.
Are you asking whether it's for the poor or the
Is it rich or poor? Which one?
Rich.
Is rich?
Yes.
Okay. Tracking every CD you spend for 30 days.
Rich.
Is rich.
Yeah.
All right. It's been great talking to you, Benjamin Anane-Asamoah, and he is a founder, he is a financial coach, and coach, I don't know why I keep saying coach, and he is also the developer for Pickens Hub. And thank you so much for...
So the developer is, I have different companies. Yeah, so I build apps too, so that's why I become a developer. But yes.
Apps. What kind of apps are is a financial app?
Yes, there is a new financial app I built recently called Wallflake app for people to use in tracking their investment, especially with stocks, especially with the Ghana stock market.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very interesting app. You can check it out.
We'll definitely check it out. But if people want to follow through your journey, get to hear from you, get to even admire the things that you do and learn from you, what are the social media platforms that they can get through to you on? So
I'm everywhere, even on Snapchat. I'm Pickens Hub.
Okay.
PICKINSHUB together, Pickens Hub. On TikTok, it is, because of this scammers and stuff, it's Pickens Hub Global. I lost my first account, which was also Pickens Hub, due to these scammers. So everybody should follow me on Pickens Hub on all socials. On TikTok, it's Pickens Hub Global.
Alrighty, thank you so much for coming, and we hope that we see you next. So when next we see you, where would you be financially? Would you have bought the whole of Ghana?
I think I should. Right now, I'm going into real estate.
Okay.
So I think I should be owning
some
about
properties
2-3
here and
houses.
there. All right. Then 3 Lounge definitely has a stake in that as well. Thank you so much for coming. We hope that you have an amazing day.
But I